Good afternoon. Here is Comfort 95.1 FM News at 4. I am Samuel Akpabio. The headlines. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo reiterates belief in Nigeria's ability to overcome current security challenges. Federal government to make fire liability insurance compulsory for public buildings. Yesterday's attack on IDP camps in Benue condemned by Governor Samuel Ortom. Akwa Ibom State transport stakeholders commends Governor Udom Emmanuel for strides in the sector. 2 dead, 27 injured as Chadians protest against military rule. Details of these and other stories in just a moment. Please stay with us. Thanks a million for joining us on the news at 4. Now the news in full. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has given an assurance that Nigeria will soon overcome the current security challenges it is facing. He also asserted that the nation's security architecture is being reorganized with a view to achieving optimal result. According to a release by the spokesperson Laolu Akonde, the vice president stated this while playing host to Yakanaje Uke in Nasarawa State, Ahmed Abdullahi Hassan. Osinbajo promised that the present challenges will prepare Nigeria for a greater and prosperous future, urging the traditional institution to support the re-engineering process. He commended the emir for his leadership style, which he said is one that is to be emulated, and urged traditional rulers to leverage the influence they have over communities to effect positive change for the good of the entire society. Worried by poor compliance to fire safety rules and fire outbreaks, the federal government has said that it will make fire liability insurance on all public buildings compulsory. Comptroller General of the Fire Service, Federal Fire Service FFS, Ibrahim Liman, made this known during a courtesy visit to the Chief Executive Officer of the National Insurance Commission in Abuja. He noted that there is a need for a public building to subscribe to the liability insurance policy for a public building to reduce losses in cases of eventualities. In a communique signed by the Public Relations Officer of the FFS, Ugo Juan, the Fire Service Controller said the two agencies resolved, amongst other things, to commence the enforcement of compulsory public building liability insurance across the country. Liman used the opportunity to highlight the achievements of the service under President Muhammadu Buhari, which includes moving from having just 2 dilapidated fire trucks to presently having 106 modern fire trucks, 22 water tankers, 8 rapid intervention, and a 54-meter hydraulic platform with a capacity of fighting fire and carrying out rescue at the 18th floor of a story building. Senate has ruled out the impeachment of President Muhammadu Buhari as the search for solution to the lingering security challenges continue across the country. Senate dedicated the most part of today's plenary to debate issues of insecurity following a motion by Senator Sani Musa on the urgent need to arrest the activities of terrorists in some communities of Niger State, north-central Nigeria. Senator Musa thereafter submitted that initiating impeachment proceedings against the president will only amount to creating another form of crisis that is capable of heating up the already tense polity. On his part, Senator Ike Ekweremadu called for more protective approaches to tackling the rising insecurity in the nation. He called for the shutdown of Niger State and the Senate to deal with the problem just as the country was shut down during COVID-19. In a related development, President of the Senate Ahmed Lawan today swore to Frank Ibezim as the All Progressives Congress elected member to represent the Imo North Senatorial District to replace the late Benjamin Owajumogu, who died last year. Clerk of the Senate, Ibrahim El-Ladan, administered the oath of office and oath of allegiance on Ibezim, who became an elected senator through a by-election to fill the vacant seat, which was held some months ago. The controversy surrounding the emergence of Ibezim has been that the Independent National Electoral Commission declared APC as the winner but did not announce any specific person as the occupant of the seat. Ibezim was declared the winner by the Supreme Court after the issue had persisted between him and Ifeanyi Ara Rume. Federal High Court in Abakaliki was set ablaze in the early hours of today by hoodlums who have yet to be named. Ebonyi Police Public Relations Officer Loveth Oda confirmed the incident to the journalist but said no arrest had been made. She did say, however, that the command has started an investigation to identify those responsible for the attack and bring them to justice. According to her, the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Aliyu Garuba, has promised to arrest the perpetrators and bring them to justice. Meanwhile, a detachment of the Nigeria Mobile Police has been drafted to the area to secure the court premises. You're listening to the news at 4 on Comfort 95.1 FM. The news continues after this time out. Please stay with us.
Life is too short to waste. Life is too valuable to be treated carelessly. You must eat reasonably, drink responsibly, and drive carefully. A message from Comfort 95.1 FM Uyu. Your radio, your comfort.
Welcome back and thanks a million for staying tuned. Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom has condemned the killing of 7 persons in yesterday's attack on Agbagena internally displaced person camp in Makadi. Many were also injured in the attack, which the displaced persons blamed on herdsmen as survivors of the attack blocked the Makadi-Lafia road to protest the attack when Governor Samuel Ortom visited.
We are not happy any longer. They say that we should submit our arms. We have submit our arms. And now the Fulanis, they are attacking us. We don't have any other thing to do. There's anybody that move with cutlass that you should arrest him. The Fulanis that move with AK-47 and nobody is here to say anything. 5 days ago, they killed so many within the same community. And they have been killing, there have been so many killings. And we, as a community, we say this should be the last killing. Otherwise, we will go to self-help.
Governor Ortom said attacks in Benue were becoming unacceptable as more than 70 persons were killed in Goma, Makadi, and Gwer West local government areas of the state in the last 2 weeks.
We are not happy any longer. They say that we should submit our arms. We have submit our arms. And now the Fulanis, they are attacking us. We don't have any other thing to do. There's say anybody that move with cutlass that you should arrest him. The Fulanis that move with AK-47 and nobody is here to say anything. 5 days ago, they killed so many within the same community. And they have been killing, there have been so many killings. And we, as a community, we say this should be the last killing. Otherwise, we will go to self-help.
Ortom urged President Muhammadu Buhari to address security issues in the current Ortom urged President Muhammadu Buhari to address security issues currently with renewed vigor. He also called on other governors to rise and impress on the president, then need to address the nation on incessant security challenges. Akwa Ibom State's government has re-awarded the contract for the realization of the 3.5-kilometer Ring Road 2 project from Olusegun Obasanjo Way to Udo-Udoma within a period of 1 year. The contract, which was handled by Chemex Nigeria Limited, has been re-awarded to Hensec Integrated Services with a charge that the contract be completed within 1 year. The Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Ini Ememabong, in a statement said decision was taken during the State Executive Council meeting presided over by Governor Udom Emmanuel yesterday at the Executive Council Chamber, Government House, Uyo. Meanwhile, the entire transport stakeholders in Akwa Ibom State have unanimously commended the state governor Udom Emmanuel for his show of kindness to the entire transport investors in the state. In a statement jointly signed by the state chairman, NURWT, Obong Uwem Umoyang, and other stakeholders, the transporters thanked the governor for the construction of good road networks, which is of utmost importance to transport stakeholders. The Unified Transport Body also appreciated the Transport Commissioner, Uno Etamuno, for his untiring efforts to the transport sector and the long-lasting peace enjoyed in the sector since its establishment in 2012. The group also commended the Chairman, Board of Internal Revenue, Okun, for his financial wisdom and capacity used to harness resources within the entire transport sector. They therefore appealed to the state governor, Udom Emmanuel, to continue with Okun for his sterling performance as they pledged their support to the governor in achieving his completion agenda. Pro-democracy demonstrators today took to the streets of Chadian capital, N'Djamena, and its second-largest city, Mundu, demanding a return to civilian rule after the military took control following President Idris Deby's death on the battlefield last week. Reports say at least 2 people have been killed and 21 injured as police fired tear gas and protesters burned tires in several neighborhoods of N'Djamena. A health official at a hospital in N'Djamena said 28 people had been brought to its emergency ward with injuries, one of whom had died, and witnesses also reported the death of another protester in Mudu. The military council had banned protest, saying no demonstrations that could lead to disorder were allowed while the country was still in mourning. Medical supplies from the UK arrived in India today, the first international shipment aimed at stemming a devastating COVID-19 surge. Ventilators and oxygen equipment landed in Delhi, but far more will be needed, with many hospitals overwhelmed and people waiting in the streets outside. India recorded 320,000 new infections today, and deaths are now close to 200,000 in total. One health advisor called the aid for a nation of 1.3 billion a drop in the ocean. To end the news, the major stories again. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has given an assurance that Nigeria will soon overcome the current security challenges it is facing. Worried by poor compliance to fire safety rules and fire outbreaks, the federal government has said that it will make fire liability insurance in all public buildings compulsory. Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom has condemned the killing of 7 persons in yesterday's attack on Agbagena internally displaced person camp in Makadi. The entire transport stakeholders in Akwa Ibom State have unanimously commended the state governor Udom Emmanuel for his show of kindness to the entire transport investors in the state. pro-democracy demonstrators today took to the streets of Chadian capital, N'Djamena, and its second-largest city, Mundu, demanding a return to civilian rule after the military took control following President Idris Déby's death on the battlefield last week. And that's the Comfort 95.1 FM News at 4, as edited by Precious Odoyan. For your news coverage, please call or send WhatsApp messages to a newsroom hotline on 0816 529 6908. I am Samuel Akpabio. Many thanks for listening. Coming up next shortly will be Nyen Nyen Idom with Agnes Akpan. Stay tuned.
Yang ditonyene kay dia ufono vong wenfon. Bangun sini won wit edi baba. Amen. Jai kay soiso.
Akwa Ibom. Amen. Madakanda.
Oga.